Good morning, graduates, parents, staff, family, and friends. And welcome to Melfort and Unit Comprehensive's Collegiate first, and I hope last, virtual graduation exercises. My name is Jerry Heffernan. Our program will begin with a PowerPoint presentation of all the MUCC graduates. Following this, there will be speeches, announcement of scholarship winners, and our program will close with the valedictorian address. Thank you for joining in.
R.J. DeMacali Andel. John Lionel DeMano Bagsit. Nathan Brandon Barlow. Lance Carter Barnett. Zachary Edwin Bedard. Fanny Billikens. Cassandra Lynn Bingham. Carter Owen Bierman. Cade Michael Blondin. Ashton Robert Joseph Bourgeois. Joshua Tyler Boyd. Sydney Jaylyn Brown. Mackenzie Agnes Buck. Ushuaia Estella Canlas. Carlo Kenko Capelong. Trisha May Pescuela Canaharas. Jenna Lynn Constant. Jaden Andrew Daniels. Samuel Dawson Colby Daylight Jr. Trisha May Ibanez Dimapilis. Morgan Kelly Demetro. Tyler Ryan Durrell. Nelson, Dick. Ryland, Neil, Dick. Hallie, Reban, Fannin. Chloe, Anne, Fayant. Benjamin, Julius Friesen. Owen, George Jack, Friesen. Sydney, Lynn, Garchinsky. Mark, Alan, Paneligan, Heron. Mason, Merlin, Gordon Danku. Brooklyn, Eve, Guillet. Paige, Lana, Hogrut. Siobhan, Ruby Ann, Head. Connor, James, Haven. Ethan, Joseph, Heffernan. Reed, Nelson, Dean, Hetchler. Larissa, Catherine, Heinrichsen. Angela, Lucille, Hoffman. Cale, Gordon, Jansen. Mackenzie, Dawn, Johnson. Taylor, Elizabeth, Jones. Matthew, Pablo, Jose. Caden, Arthur, Young. Summer, Alexandra, Young. Sydney, Marie, Chelsis. Jacob, Lee, Knutson. Kevin, Kyle, Kozar. Louise Diane Lacroix. Thea Lynn LeBlanc. Alexandra Marlene Lee. Joaquim Miguel Penejon Macriola. Enrique Magalez. Emily Eleanor Mamer. Mackenzie Beth Marshall. Jasmine Brooke McAfee. Nicholas John McKee. Ty Cameron Milne. Mackenzie Lee Mooney. Mitchell Randy Moore. Alyssa Cheryl Ann Napope. Avery Janae Nelson. Dorian Carl Nemeth. Trevor Kyle Cameron Nievard. Dylan Michael Opseth. Kelsey Carlene Peterson. Adam William Reese Phipps. Jennifer Marie Anwin Phipps. Bailey Alyssa Quibel. Dylan Marty Ray Richardson. Lauren Page Riley. Tim Jacob Robbins. Regan Allen Rohel. Connor Chad Roland. Paige Cynthia Roland. Hunter John Ross Moosetoos. Cash Luke Schellenberg. Desiree Elsie Ruth Schmidt. Isabel Therese Marie Senecal. Maxwell John Siwak. Dane Cody Sharpen. Keaton Joseph Smith Mompaw. Warner Arnold Solson. Jagger Urban Stevens. Cash Jeffrey Stevenson. Bradley Thomas Taylor. Michaela Lynn Thorson. Alexandria Abril Boranaga Tai. Sean Michael Uzelman. Avery Taya McKay Weiss. Kelly Muriel Wittig. Gracie Marie Susanna Zadunik. This is your graduating class of 2020.
It is my privilege to give the address to our graduates on behalf of the MUCC staff. To start off with, I would like to use a quote from one of our staff members, Scott Sorsted. Well, we didn't see that coming. Our life was just cruising along, and suddenly our school was pulled out from underneath our feet, and we were all sent home. As a parent of a graduate, I have great compassion for the sadness of this situation and the uncertainty that we still face. But despite all this, I would like to make my address full of hope and promise for our graduates. I'm going to share two personal stories today, one about failure and one about death. Now, that doesn't sound like the inspiring speech you were hoping for, but please bear with me. Over the years of teaching, I've shared part of my failure story with the students I've taught in my math classes. Upon completion of grade 12, I followed in the path of two of my brothers who had convocated from the University of Saskatchewan with degrees in electrical engineering. I remember my orientation day in 1984. One of the engineering professors told us to look to the person on our right and look to the person on our left. Only one of you will be back next year. Well, first off, I thought the two saps next to me wouldn't be back next year. But I also thought to myself, that's a terrible message to give to an 18-year-old. My parents told me that engineering was a good idea, and I thought, what the heck? However, after 1 week in engineering, I realized it wasn't for me. I was homesick. I really wasn't prepared for the workload that faced me. And I didn't like any of my classes except math and physics. Of course, I stuck it out for the year, as Mom and Dad would never let me just quit. And after that year, I received a letter telling me not to return to engineering until I took a year off. That was so kind of them. Yes, I failed. At the time, I was embarrassed, and I guess I still am a little bit. But looking back at that experience, it brought me to places I would have never dreamed about for myself. I can now put the pieces together, looking back in the 30 years I've been an educator, but I certainly could not have predicted my future at grade 12. I have what I have today because I faced a crossroad in my life and took a path that led me to my wife, my children, and the opportunity to work in this great community. Graduates, stay open to any and all possibilities in life. See the challenges you face as an opportunity, and hopefully, someday, you can reflect and connect those moments like I can now. My second story is about death, namely the passing of my father-in-law, Gordon Little, this past September. Gordon spent the first 7 years of his life in Weyburn as a school administrator. 17 years ago, just before Ethan was born, he and his wife moved to Melfort to be closer to their daughter and grandchildren. You would think at the age of 70, he would come to a new community and live a quiet, isolated life. However, Gordon quickly became an icon in the community from his involvement with Rotary, the Memorial Park, Presbyterian Church, Parkland, and of course, picking weeds in any planting bed that he could find. He lived each day like it was his last, always thinking about how he could help our community and those who lived in it. As a result, he was named Melfort Citizen of the Year in 2015. Now just think about that. At the age of 82, a person can still work, learn, and help others. Graduates, for the past 3.5 months, you have endured a mourning of sorts. You lost your access to your normal routine, your friends, and most importantly to you, your parties. I was young once too. Treat every day as a gift and think about what you can do for others as you make decisions for your future. So in closing, graduates, I encourage you to rise to the challenge when you have setbacks in your life and find a path which will lead you to have a legacy that both you and your loved ones can be proud of. I so wish I could have congratulated each one of you personally today, but I still hold out hope that we can in the future. I wish all of you the best in your future endeavors. I would now like to introduce our MUCC Student Activities Association co-presidents, Paige and Connor Rowland, who will serve as our MCs for our program. Welcome, Connor and Paige.
Thank you, Mr. Heffernan. Hello, graduates, family, friends, and everyone that is tuned in. Paige and I are the 2020 SA presidents this year, and we will be your MCs for today.
We are very happy to be your presidents this year, even though we had such a short time together. Connor and I are sad that we couldn't have finished the school year together. But for the time we did have, there are memories that totally rocked our world. One memory is getting to know the grade 7s on 7-12 day and doing the cha-cha slide against them, which I think we won. We love the drama production of All Shook Up. There is such amazing talent at our school.
And this year, the Comet football team won the 4A 9-man provincial championship with a score of 51-15. What an awesome way to end the season. With the coronavirus affecting Saskatchewan and shutting down our school, thank goodness our marks could not go down after March 13th, or Mrs. Johnson's chemistry class would have been a very big struggle.
Congratulations to all the grads. Enjoy your day. And now, Mr. Luke Perkins will bring greetings from the Northeast School Division.
All right, thank you. It's an honor to be here today, tonight. Pick the time of day that you're watching it. This will be my 8th year of doing this, so congratulations, MUCC grads. This is probably one of the most unique grads that I've had the opportunity to do in the past 8 years, and I'm always privileged and honored and humbled, I guess, that I'm always asked to do these, because I don't find myself a very interesting person, so anytime somebody asks me to speak, it's always fun. What can we say? This probably isn't the grad that you expected it to be. In the big scope of things, though, it is what it is. Sometimes life isn't fair. I was always told the best advice I guess I ever got given to me was sometimes you just got to suck it up and keep moving. And I guarantee you that you're never going to forget this grad that you have. Doesn't mean that a year from now or 2 years from now you guys can't do something different as a group and get back together. I hope that you would. But right now it's a part of history, not just in Melfort or in Saskatchewan and Canada, but worldwide. And your grad is happening during that. So I guarantee that you're never ever going to forget that. I've always tried to take bad situations and figure out the best of them. For instance, this morning when I got here, I was actually early, and I sat outside MUCC by this huge tree. I don't know how many times I've been here in my life. I grew up here. I graduated in Star City in 1989. I've been here a long time. I don't think I've ever noticed that tree before. That's sad on my part because it's a huge, beautiful tree. But I've never taken the time just to look at it. Right now you're stuck at home. A lot of you have jobs, or you had trips, or you had things that you wanted to be doing that you're just not able to do right now. But you've probably never played so many card games or board games with your parents. Maybe you've finally realized, you know what? I don't think I want to live with mom and dad till I'm 21, 22, 23. Get out. Go. Plan a trip. Do something. Get on with your life. And mom and dad, you guys too, encourage your kids to get out and go. It doesn't mean have to go to school and pick what you want to do for the rest of your life, especially not right now. But if it means, getting out of your comfort zone and when you're allowed to, take a trip someplace or take a job or do something that you wouldn't normally do, you should do it. I encourage you guys to. You are here right now for a reason. And it's hard to understand those reasons as they happen, but it's always easier to understand them looking backwards. And I guarantee you, a year from now, a month from now, 2 years from now, you're going to look back at this, and it's actually going to be quite a special time in your life. I know that sounds weird, but it really will. So congratulations, you guys. And I always forget, I am here on behalf of the board. So on behalf of our entire board, I just want to wish you guys nothing but the best. Have fun. Make the world a better place. Be good people. Take what we've learned, what you've learned out of this. Take all those little things that we've taken for granted, and don't ever forget that. And enjoy, have fun, and I wish you guys all nothing but the best. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Perkins. We'd like to introduce Mayor Rick Lang to bring greetings from the City of Melfort. Mr. Mayor?
Hello, everyone. It dawned on me that some of you may not know who I am. So for those of you who do not know me, I'm Mayor Rick Lang. I'd like to welcome the graduating class of 2020 and all others watching this video. It's been somewhat of an unfortunate year for graduation for 2020. And the reality is that as life goes on, you'll realize that those challenges, however tough they were, and they were tough, they will become part of one of the outstanding years in history that people will remember forever. And so, as you move on in life, you'll think back to the year that you graduated and the challenges that existed and how you overcome those challenges. You'll look back to 2020 and you'll remember that some of the great songs of the year, and honestly, I can't relate to these songs, but Cool Off by Missy Elliott and Wasted on You by Evanescence were two of the top songs, and there were other highlights in the year, some not so good. That was the year that Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash. You know, in the past when I've addressed graduating classes, I've always referenced some different quotes from some amazing people. In the past, I've referenced quotes from Wayne Gretzky. I've referenced quotes from some notable academics, such as Alice Cooper and Charlie Brown. This year, I have a couple quotes for you that I want you to listen to and think about, because I think it's very applicable to this particular graduating class. Michael Jordan once said, "Many times we are our own worst enemy. If we could learn to conquer ourselves, then we will have a much easier time overcoming the obstacles that are in front of us." That is particularly true of this year. So I want you to remember that, and as you move forward, keep in mind that there are no obstacles that are unconquerable. You're going to have to Google some of these people to figure out who they are possibly, but Helen Keller once said, "If you have a big destiny, you are going to have to meet and face some big demons. But the good news is that your strength and power is big enough to conquer them all. You are strong enough to overcome all obstacles in your way and to fulfill your destiny." So I'd like you to keep that in mind as you move forward in life. Some of you will have big destinies in front of you, and possibly the only thing that can get in the way is the lack of personal commitment or desire. Try to live to your personal potential. Don't be willing to settle for mediocrity. We congratulate you on this accomplishment, and we look forward to what you will accomplish as you move forward with the rest of your lives. We wish you all the happiness and success that each of you can achieve. As Mayor of the City of Melfort, I would like to congratulate each and every one of you on behalf of Melfort City Council, Melfort City Administration and staff, and indeed on behalf of all of the citizens of Melfort, on a job well done. Best of luck to all of you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lang. This next person I would like to introduce, I've known her since before preschool, and I'm glad to call her a friend. Introducing Sydney Brown for the address to the parents.
Hi everyone. My name is Sydney Brown, and I'm honored to be addressing the parents and guardians of the class of 2020. The past 4 months has brought chaos into most of our lives, and I am saddened that I'm not able to see all of your faces today. This day deserves so much celebration and is not only to celebrate us graduates, but everyone that has gotten us through the past 18 years of our lives. We would not be where we are today without your continuous flow of patience, support, and unconditional love. Here's to our parents. You changed every diaper, wiped every tear, and made sure we were on time to every game, concert, or recital. Maybe missing a shoe or a water bottle, but we were there. You were there through every broken bone, 8th grade breakup, and bad hair day there was. Through every up and down, the support you have shown us has created an incredible group of young adults who are ready to spread their wings. Although it may have been trying at times, I want to thank all of you for being there every step of the way. You taught us countless valuable lessons throughout our lives, even if we didn't realize what you were trying to teach us at first. You taught us how to love, how to be kind, and how to persevere through all the difficult times we face. You taught us patience and how to express gratitude. All of these lessons we learned from you. You pushed us to be the best versions of ourselves, and you've been there through every milestone in our lives. Every first and last we experienced, you were right there beside us. You witnessed our first steps that led us to our first day of kindergarten. As we grew and the years seemed to race by, you were there on our grade 6 graduations and a few short months later here at MUCC. The milestones continue. You cheered us on at our first awards night, bit your tongue the first time you took us out to practice driving. Some of us maybe needed a little extra practice. You sat in the stands for our first time on the court as a Comet and watched us take our last step off of it. You were there for every first and were there with open arms on the day that we found out we would not get to experience many of the lasts that come with being a high school senior. There is no doubt in my mind that through these tough times that it is you, our parents, that have been able to keep us smiling, and all the years of teaching us to see the positive has prepared us for the difficulty and adjustments the last 4 months has created in all of our lives. The years have flown by, and today marks the start of a new adventure for every single one of us. I wish for all of you parents to know that no matter where we go or what we end up doing, all of our skills, abilities, and traits stemmed from the lessons and love you have shown us throughout all of our lives. I want you all to know that you have done an amazing job, and I thank you for creating such an amazing group of people I'm honored to be graduating with. These bittersweet moments will continue long past our high school graduation, and there will be many more hard times, fun times, and so many experiences to enjoy together. But for now, enjoy this moment with one another. And if I have learned anything this year, it is to live each moment fully and to not take anything you have for granted, especially the people in your life. To my fellow graduates, please take time to hug your parents and thank them for all that they have done for you, not only today, but every day. Life is short, so cherish it. As we all go our separate ways and start on our journeys as young adults, it may not be me or any of your classmates that you come home to see, but it will be your parents. Thank you for loving me through every mistake, supporting every decision, and showing me what it means to be strong and fearless while still expressing kindness and love. Mom and Dad, thank you for making me the person I am today. And thank you to all the parents and guardians of the graduating class of 2020. We would not be here today without you.
Thank you, Sydney. I would like to introduce Ty Milne as he will be giving the address to the school. Congratulations, Ty, on signing with the Regina Thunder football team.
Good morning. I am honored to be speaking to you today. Like most of you, I've thought about this day many times. Until a few months ago, I did not expect it to be through a video, but MUCC continues to bring us together, even if it is virtually. Through the good times and the bad, it has been our point of unity, a gathering place and a common ground. I'm sure that I am not alone in saying this, but when it was taken away due to these unfortunate circumstances, I felt lost. I gained a new respect for the hours I spent here, no matter how slowly and painfully some of them went by. I realized how thankful I am for my time in these halls, and all of this comes back to our wonderful staff going above and beyond. Between classes, sports, and other activities, our staff are always there for us and continue to do so even after the doors are closed. A teacher is defined as a person who provides education for pupils and students. At MUCC, our teachers are more than just providers of information. whether it is teaching, coaching, or leading another activity. Our staff go the extra mile for our student body. The countless hours of extra time that they put in for us do not go unnoticed. From Mrs. Johnson prepping for 4 different science classes while simultaneously winning hoopla, to Mr. Rogers endlessly drawing new playbooks while delivering information about everything that has ever happened in history, to Mr. Armstrong creating a production for every Shakespeare reading as he is putting together multiple plays on the side. They want the best for their students both in class and in life, and always do their best to make us feel at home. I'm sure that if Mr. Argent tracked the cost of cookies and cinnamon buns that he let us sneak away with when we came up short on change, he could probably retire. Teachers, you were here to welcome us on the first day of grade 7 and helped us grow into the young adults we are today. Some of the best memories I have are linked to this school. Looking back, most of them revolve around our staff. From dancing on top of desks during Hamlet to never being lied to in history, true story, or simply bribing Carson with a coffee and a donut for being late to mechanics, the teachers in this school made each class something to look forward to. Even if it was looking forward to not falling 3 weeks behind in calculus when you missed a single class. Mr. Heffernan was always there to reassure his pre-calc 30 students with confidence, even through what he referred to as the crying unit. In grade 8, when something was rotting in Cash's locker, stinking up the entire hallway, some of us are trying to figure out what the awful smell was when one of the janitors walked by saying that it was something dead. Winning football provincials this year on our home field is by far the highlight of high school for me. The support that our team felt throughout the season from our staff and the school as a whole was felt strongly. In our lives, high school becomes a highlight reel of some of the best moments we've had. Spending time with our friends, playing sports and traveling across the province with our teammates that become family, and taking part in the spectacular activities and clubs MECC has to offer have created lifelong memories for me. In the office, Andy Bernard states that, "I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them." These past 6 years have been some of the best I've ever had. On behalf of the graduating class of 2020, I cannot thank everyone around MECC enough for the warmth that has been felt by us over the years. The praise through our best times, as well as the care when times were not so good, has always been taken with much gratitude. To us, you are not simply staff members. You are coaches, role models, mentors, and so many more titles than simply principals, teachers, educational assistants, secretaries, librarians, cafeteria staff, and custodians. You do more than simply teach us the criteria of the courses. You guide us through life. The efforts put in to continue to teach us remotely, as well as the commitments made to make this day feel special, down to sponsoring lawn signs for our families to proudly display, has been much appreciated. It is clear that you have a passion for your jobs, and you share that with every life that you touch. Thank you for making these brick walls such a fantastic place to grow.
Thank you, Ty, and good luck in Regina next year. Following the scholarship and awards presentation, we will have the Valedictorian address, which will bring the exercise to a close.
I wish to recognize and give thanks to a few groups of people. The first group are those responsible for organizing Graduation 2020. Thank you to the staff and the scholarship committee for providing leadership for the various facets of today's event.
Hi everyone, my name is Mr. Carlson and I'm here to begin the presentation of the awards. Scholarships and bursaries at MUCC are distributed amongst numerous graduates. The selection of recipients for specific awards are made by sponsors, by committees representing the sponsors, or by the MUCC Scholarship Committee. Selections are made in line with established criteria. Today, through the generosity of individuals, businesses, and organizations, a number of scholarships and awards will be presented. First is the Sean Connor Memorial Award for $100. This award has been provided by the family in memory of former MUCC student Sean Connor. This award is to recognize an individual who shows talent and perseverance and is interested in pursuing engineering. This year's recipient plans to attend the University of Saskatchewan College of Engineering. Congratulations, Angela Hoffman. The Cheyenne GM Scholarship for $200 is given to a student who is continuing their education at a technical school, university, or certified training school. This year's recipient is planning to attend the Southern Alberta Institute of Technology. Congratulations, Josh Boyd. The Gordon Russell McHenry Calculus Award for $200 is awarded to the top calculus student in the graduating class with a calculus average of 99%. This year's recipient is Ashton Bourgeois. Ashton plans to attend the University of Saskatchewan this fall. Next is the Josh Solston Van Oss Memorial Scholarship for $200. This award is to recognize a grade 12 band student who is continuing their post-secondary education. This year's recipient plans to attend the University of Regina College of Education after a year abroad. Congratulations, Lauren Riley. Next is the Knights of Columbus Award for $250. This award goes to a deserving student continuing post-secondary education. This year's recipient plans to study engineering at the University of Saskatchewan. Congratulations, Ethan Heffernan. Next is the Melfort Minor Football Award for $250. This is awarded to a student who has participated in minor football, both as a player and as a coach. This year's recipient played minor football for 3 years and coached for the past 3 years as well. This year's recipient plans to apprentice as a carpenter. Congratulations, Tyler Durrell. That's all from me. Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Graham Kalo to continue with the awards.
Good morning, everyone. Our next award is the Saskatchewan Government Employees Union number 3354-1 scholarship valued at $250. The deserving student of this award needs to be continuing post-secondary education and whose parent is a member of this local. Our recipient plans to attend the College of Arts and Science at the University of Saskatchewan. Congratulations, Summer Young. Our next award is the H&R Block Scholarship, valued at $300. This is presented to the student with the highest average not receiving another award. This year's recipient is Bailey Quibel. Our next award is the Melfort Mall Barry Scolding Memorial Scholarship, valued at $300. This deserving student has to maintain part-time employment throughout high school. Our recipient plans to attend the University of Saskatchewan in the College of Engineering. Congratulations, Angela Hoffman. Our next award is the Accession Chapter number 96 Order of the Eastern Star Award, valued at $500. This deserving student needs to continue on in post-secondary studies and have a relative who's tied to the Eastern Star or Masonic Lodge. Our recipient has been accepted to the U of S in the College of Commerce. Congratulations, Dylan Opseth. Our next award is the Al Robertson Melfort Kinsman Scholarship, valued at $500. This award is presented to a student who fulfills a leadership role in the school and community while being actively involved in volunteerism. Our recipient plans to attend the School of Information and Communications Technology at Saskatchewan Polytechnic. Congratulations, Owen Friesen. Our next award is the Balmer and Uzelman Chartered Professional Accountants Award, valued at $500. The recipient must be attending a program leading towards a vocation in accounting or business, have a strong academic record, and be involved in school and/or community activities. This recipient is determined by the donor. Our recipient plans to attend the University of Saskatchewan Edwards School of Business. Congratulations, Emily Mamer. I'd now like to introduce Ms. Rochelle Haven to continue with the awards.
Hello. The Graham Fanyu Memorial Scholarship was established by Graham's family to honor his memory and is in the amount of $500. Like Graham, the recipient must have been involved in high school team sport, been respectful to and respected by fellow students, teachers, and coaches, proudly represent MUCC, and volunteered his or her time to younger students and teens. This student plans to study kinesiology at the University of Saskatchewan. Congratulations, Morgan Demetro. This year, the Melfort Legion is graciously awarding 2 bursaries in the amounts of $500 each. The recipients must have strong academic standing, character, and leadership qualities. He or she must also be a descendant of a veteran. Both students are enrolled at the University of Saskatchewan. The recipients are Angela Hoffman and Ty Mill. Congratulations. The McConaughey Award, donated by Travis and Jackie McConaughey, is in the amount of $500. The student must attend a post-secondary institution, fulfill a leadership role, and be actively involved in the community through volunteerism. The plans for the student are to attend the College of Arts and Science at the University of Saskatchewan. Congratulations, Louise Lacroix. The McConaughey Award, donated by Lauren and Norma McConaughey, in the amount of $500. The student must attend a post-secondary institution, fulfill a leadership role, and be actively involved in the community through volunteerism. The plans are to attend the College of Engineering at the University of Saskatchewan for this recipient. Congratulations, Angela Hoffman. Melfort Knetz scholarships are awarded for 2 people in the amounts of $500 each. These awards are presented to students who fulfill leadership roles in the school and community. One student plans to attend the University of Saskatchewan, the other Saskatchewan Polytechnic. The recipients this year are Jenna Constant and Owen Friesen. Congratulations to you both. The Melfort Ministerial Association Annual Scholarship is in the amount of $500. The student must be furthering their post-secondary education related to Bible study, theology, or Christian ethics, be active in church programs and activities. The recipient is determined by the Ministerial Association. This recipient will study theology in Germany and then pursue an education degree. Congratulations, Lauren Riley. I would now like to introduce Mr. Lindsay Thornton to continue.
Next up is the Myers-Norris Penny Business Award, which is selected by the sponsors to a student taking an accounting program. This year's recipient plans to attend the School of Business at Saskatchewan Polytechnic. Congratulations, John Bagsick. Next up is the Music Parents Association Scholarship. This is awarded to a graduating band student who has participated in the music program for a minimum of 4 years and is enrolled in band during his or her graduating year. Congratulations, Ashton Bourgeois. The Prairie North Cooperative Association is presenting 2 awards for $500 to students who have aspired to be their best and have shown dedication and commitment to achieving their goals. This year's first recipient plans to pursue engineering at the University of Saskatchewan. Congratulations, Mason Gordon Danke. The second recipient plans to attend the University of Saskatchewan College of Kinesiology. Congratulations, Lance Barnett. The Robert Walsh Memorial Scholarship is to recognize a Comet football player who played hard, put others before himself, and is known for good sportsmanship. He exhibits both a commitment to the game and to his fellow players. This year's recipient plans to attend the University of Saskatchewan College of Kinesiology. Congratulations, Connor Rowland. The Rotary Club of Melfort is presenting an award for $500 to a female graduate attending a post-secondary institution who has shown leadership in her school and community. This year's recipient plans to attend the University of Regina in the College of Education. Congratulations, Kelsey Peterson. The second Rotary Club of Melfort Award for $500 is presented to a male student attending a post-secondary institution who has demonstrated leadership in both the school and in the community. This year's recipient plans to attend the College of Kinesiology at the University of Regina. Congratulations, Sean Huselman. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Tim Johnstone, who will continue with the awards.
Hello, graduates, families, and everybody else. It is my pleasure to be handing out some scholarships today, and the first award we're going to do is the Sunberg Henderson Award for $500. This is a new scholarship this year. It's given in honor of Miss Henderson, who was one of the first teachers in Pleasantdale and was the principal for a number of years. She initiated the bursary fund years ago, and now the Sunberg portion has been added. One award is to be granted to an MUCC student. The criteria for this award is that it's to be granted to a graduate with a high academic standing and resides in Pleasantdale or area, or clearest thereto. This recipient plans and has been accepted to attend the University of Saskatchewan in the College of Education. I am pleased to announce that this year's recipient is Reed Hetchler. The next award I'll be handing out is the Salvation Army Studies in Social Work Award, and it's for $500. This one recognizes a student pursuing a career in counseling or social work. This student has been accepted to the University of Regina's College of Social Work. Congratulations, Tricia Dimopilis. The next award I'm going to hand out is the Saskatchewan Government Employees Union Local 1114. They have 2 scholarships worth $750 each. The recipient of this award must have a parent or guardian who's a member of the union. Both of these recipients will attend the U of S. One will study kinesiology and the other arts and science. It's my pleasure to award these to Connor Rowland and Paige Rowland. Next, we have the Betty Burlock Hodge Award number 1 for $1,000. This recipient should be furthering their education in a post-secondary and has been involved in sports, clubs, or volunteerism. This year's award recipient plans to attend the University of Saskatchewan's College of Agriculture. Congratulations to Mackenzie Johnson. The second of 2 Betty Burlock Hodge Awards. This person plans to pursue a degree in engineering at the U of S. Congratulations to Maxwell Siwa. The last 2 scholarships I'll be handing out are both worth $1,000, and they are the Ingram and Yaden Accountants Business Awards. The criteria for these is that the student awarded must have an average of over 80% in furthering their education through a program of at least 2 years in duration. The first recipient will attend the University of Regina College of Kinesiology. Congratulations, Ty Milne. The second recipient plans to study business administration at the Southern Alberta Institute of Technology. Congratulations, Dorian Namath. And now I'd like to introduce Mr. David Rogers to continue with the presentations.
Good evening. The Saskatchewan Youth Apprenticeship Industry Scholarship of $1,000 is one of 100 awarded to Saskatchewan students. These awards are made possible through the generous donations by industry and the Government of Saskatchewan. The scholarship being presented today is because of the generous donation by eCole Electric. The eCole Electric Scholarship is presented to a student who has completed the Saskatchewan Youth Apprenticeship Program at Melfort Collegiate and is pursuing a career in the skilled trades within 2 years of completing high school. Planning to attain journey person status as a mechanic, this year's recipient is Jasmine McAfee. The Emily Anderson Award of $1,500 is awarded to a student pursuing post-secondary training in a business-related field. This year's recipient plans to attend the Edwards School of Business at the University of Saskatchewan. It is my pleasure to present this award to Emily Mamer. The G.T. Anderson Physical Science Award of $1,500 is awarded to a student going into the field of study where science plays an important role. Planning to pursue computer engineering at the University of Saskatchewan, this year's award recipient is Ashton Bourgeois. The late John Teakin and Isa McCarg Teakin Scholarship of $2,000 is based on the donors who grew up in Melfort. Isa Teakin McCarg taught business education for most of her career, including 4 years in Melfort. John Teakin became a business executive in Alberta. The recipient must be enrolled in a full-time at a Saskatchewan university, college, or technical school in the fall of his or her graduating year, and the recipient is chosen by Miss McCarg Teagan. Planning to attend the Edwards School of Business at the University of Saskatchewan, this year's recipient is Dylan Opseth. Cumberland Regional College provides 5 $2,000 scholarships. The criteria for this scholarship is that they must be attending Cumberland College in the fall and meet the academic requirements for college entrance. This year's recipients of $2,000 each are Kevin Kozar, Connor Rowland, Paige Rowland, Kelsey Peterson, and Avery Weiss. I would now ask Mr. Heffernan to come forward and present the Governor General's Award.
The Governor General Bronze Medal is given to the student who has achieved the highest academic standing in the last 2 years of secondary education. This average is calculated using all grade 11 and 12 course marks listed on the student's official transcript. With an average of 98.5%, this year's recipient is Ashton Bourgeois. Before I introduce our valedictorian, I would like to say a couple of thank yous. First off, thank you to our community for your generous support in offering scholarships to our graduates. Secondly, I would also like to thank Kelsey Dick and Scott Sorestead, who normally handle all our technology needs for Grad, but who have gone above and beyond, working countless hours putting these exercises together, along with the CJVR slideshow on Saskatchewan Avenue. The MUCC valedictorian is someone who has been selected by their peers to represent them at graduation, to say those final words that will send them off to the next stage of their life. This year's valedictorian is a wise choice. Many of you know the public side of this young man, as he has played many characters for our team drama productions. He is extremely talented, as he has played a variety of roles, including the overseer in a Nazi camp, a king, a pregnant woman, and my personal favorite, when he just plays himself. He is such a quiet soul off the stage. He makes his performances look effortless because he commits hours of practice to his work. Everyone loves him because what you see is what you get. Earnest, sweet, brave, talented, and of course, sassy. This is a young man of great character who is well respected by both his teachers and his peers and is a friend to all. I am very proud to welcome our 2020 valedictorian, Mr. Carlo Capelong.
Today, on the avenue of all the staff, parents, guests, friends, and my fellow classmates, I am deeply honored to be standing here in front of you all. Today is a memorable day that we've been looking forward to for a very long time. Trust me, a very long time. Standing in front of you all was a very shy and quiet 7th grader, and turned out to be loud and proud 12th grader. My name is Carlo Capelong, a classy person, but sometimes sassy. Please and thank you. And very moody. So hot. Can I have my fan? Thank you so much. I am your class of 2020 valedictorian, and I am pleased to make your virtual acquaintance. For many of us, we've played this exact moment in our heads dozens of times, thousands of times if you're Mr. Austin anticipating another disc from the valedictorian. Don't worry, we'll get from it. I just want to say, class of 2020, we made it together. So to all the teachers, thank you for devoting countless of hours to prepare us for this day and our future ahead. To our EAs, thank you for supporting us in our coursework. Thank you all for biting your tongue. I'm sure there have been dozens of times when it was easier to just walk out, but you didn't. In those classrooms, we not only learned about derivatives, the fur trade, or biomes. We learn about patience, teamwork, compassion, and also the fact that apparently, according to Mr. Linnell, that the number 1 is the loneliest number in the world. It might seem funny at first, but if you think about it, it makes sense. During times we may feel like the number 1, but people come into our lives, friends, teachers, and we become 2, 3, 4, 5. And suddenly we become prime numbers, hardly divisible by any numbers. To our custodians, thank you for working hard to maintain the halls and rooms where we learn, share, laugh, and take a cozy nap. To our lovely parents, guardians, And to everyone who has stood and guided us through this journey, you've been supportive from day one, encouraging us to ask questions and generously giving us boost of confidence whenever needed. As you witness this milestone in our lives, I hope you know that you also made this happen, so thank you. I'm sure they remember all the embarrassing yet glorious moments we've had all throughout high school. So why don't we take a trip down memory lane? When I was in grade 7, I had just moved to Canada. I didn't quite know how to make friends with people, especially with the limited English that I packed along with my spring rolls lunch. Hi to my grandma who's watching right now. I'll be back, don't worry, I miss you. At this period of our lives, we had just transitioned from asking classmates out on play dates to asking them out on real dates. Looking back at this, I realized that a cure to this current pandemic may be closer than we think. I mean, we cured these serious cases of cooties, so I am confident that it's only a matter of time when we can get through this pandemic as well. It was indeed a very awkward time, but a very memorable one. Can I have a drink, please? Thank you so much. I'd like to give credit to Mrs. South for being the doctor behind all that. So what did Mrs. South do, you guys may be asking? Well, she introduced us to this game called the relationship game, where we were assigned a partner and basically asked them as many questions as we liked. It was like free speed dating for my little grade 7 heart. Oh, Ed, I love that play. Although we had these jittery, glittery moments, there were also lots of times when we were challenged. Yes, grade 7 versus grade 12 dance-off, where we basically proved to the seniors our flashy dance moves and assured them that the school's superstar reputation was going to be in good hands when they graduate. I am proud to say we have managed to uphold that legacy until today. In grade 8, we finally had a class for practical and applied arts. We got to do sewing, wood shop, and cooking. Most of us loved cooking. We learned how to bake cookies, make stir fry and salsas, among other things. It was a happy time altogether. But I'm not sure if Mr. Moskal was too happy with that, especially considering that we had the class right after gym class. Ugh. All those calories burned just to gain them right back. As Mr. Moskal would have said, "Come on, Zuzi, come on! You've only been running for 45 seconds." I'm still catching that bread until today, so. As I struggle to catch my breath. In grade 9, things became a little more real to us. Real high school began, our grades turned into numbers, and we were learning things that we could apply immediately in our lives. We learned how to change tires, boost a car, and even build a birdhouse, all thanks to Mr. Carson and Mr. Taylor. Hashtag engine year life. Also, it was the grade when we were asked with babysitting 5 kilograms bags of flour that we cared for like our own. It was an eye-opening experience. It was an eye-opening experience, and although it was only a week, I realized just how tough childcare can be. So again, shout out to our parents and loved ones who still have to babysit us despite the fact that we're probably all already taller than most of them. Can I get a drink again, please? My eyes are sweating. Thank you. where are we? I applaud them for caring for us until now. I mean, some of my classmates stabbed their flower baby in celebration of finishing the assignment. Jagger. While I used mine to bread some fried chicken, which of course I burned because I was too lazy. Shout out to my lazy speech when I was in grade 9. The year flew by and grade 10 came and we could finally choose some of our classes. We had our first finals and everyone was freaking out. For the very first time, we got to learn what studying actually is. One day while studying in History 10, someone came in dressed like Napoleon. We were all confused and thought, is this grade 7 kid lost? Until we realized it was Mr. Rawson. By the way, Mr. Rawson, you looked dashing that day. Grade 11 fast approached. It was interesting to see just how different we've all become. Some of us drove to school, some of us walked. Some of us had fully grown beards. Some still had their voices crack. Some of us were already 6 feet tall. Some of us wondered if this was really the tallest our genes could get us. Speaking of, I'd just like to give a special shout out to those classmates who had their neck hurt from looking up at a particular teacher who used to tell us all his funny and great stories about Esteban and his volleyball athlete career. Thank you, Mr. Linnell. Anyways, if you all are wondering what his height is, he's 6 feet and 7 inches tall. Thank you, Rachel, for that wonderful information. So yes, Mr. Linnell had a very valid reason as to why I hardly made eye contact when you looked for people to call out in pre-calculus. Trig questions especially made my neck hurt, you know. Drink. Thank you so much. Now, speaking of math, one of our classmates got 99% on her test. Terrible grade, isn't it? She took it up with our teacher, Mr. Kalo, and he rounded her grade to a 100%. I'm still wondering why he hasn't rounded my 80 to 100. Is it just me, or do girls just run the world? And finally, grade 12, our most awaited year. We have finally reached the top of the pyramid. Now it's our turn to determine if the grade 7s have the moves to keep this school's legacy alive. Not sure if they can bust out better moves than me, but they will do, I guess. This year made us all excited to move on. But at the same time, we wanted to treasure what little time we had left this school and molded us into who we are today. We had our last pep talk with the principal about what a comet really is. We had our first and last 12 days of Christmas games. We had our first and last 12 days of Christmas games hosted by yours truly. We had our last February break. February break. How do you say February breaks? We had our last February break. Oh my God. Okay, let's skip that one. We thought there would be more to come, but it was unfortunately cut short by the announcement of online learning due to the pandemic. A personal disappointment of mine was that Kelsey and I weren't able to host the awards night that was canceled. That would have made today my second time to host a major event at MUCC. I heard Melfort is hosting the Saskatchewan Student Leadership Conference in 2021. So, Mrs. Truby, once again, my name is Carlo Capulang and my contact number is You can shoot me a message anytime. Anything will work. Or call me. All jokes aside, although we cannot walk across a stage, and although we couldn't have the grad banquet that many of us look forward to, the fact that we are all safe and can still celebrate the 6 years we've spent in MUCC, along with our friends and loved ones, is truly something to be thankful for. It is important to remember that through this virtual gathering, we are contributing to the larger fight against the pandemic. This is the very first time MUCC is hosting a virtual graduation. As well, it would be an interesting topic to bring in a conversation 20 years from now. That also makes me your very first virtual valedictorian, so I would like to thank everyone who nominated me to speak on behalf of the class of 2020. Throughout the years, a lot have changed. All of us changed. One thing that didn't change, though, and will never change, will be Mr. Rogers' opinion about climate change, because guess what? It doesn't exist. The school, my peers, and teachers from grade 7 leading up to grade 12 have taught me many things beyond academics. And all of those I will take with me to the next chapter of my life. The same goes for every student here today. For many of us, the school has become our second home, and it is the people in this school that made that true. Two important quotes that I want to remind myself and that I want to share with everyone. First, karma. What goes around comes back around. Everything we did in the past, good or bad, will either reward us or punish us in the future. Second, keep going no matter what. Do not listen to the negative thoughts that go through your head. Feed your thoughts with positivity that will help you go through the challenges that you face, and never listen to the judging voice that tell you that you are something that you are not. 2020 may not have been what we expected it to be. As we stand here today, I would like to also thank the essential workers and frontliners who put their wellness on the line to support our communities. Discrimination and prejudice on the basis of one's personal attributes is still rampant up until today. This has to stop. Acceptance. The action or process of being received as adequate or suitable, typically to be admitted into a group. This year has brought us upon a multitude of challenges unlike any other graduating class in previous years. But knowing how determined and resilient the students here today, and knowing just what a sturdy support system we all have, I am confident that we can overcome these challenges with ease. Now let me get my hat. Oh. Good now? Thank you. MUCC grads of 2020, let's all stand and grab our caps. And when you hear these 3 words that our teachers don't really use, although the bell tells us this, I want you to know that this is real and true. Graduating class of 2020, grade 12 students from Melfort and Unit Comprehensive Collegiate, MUCC for short. You are dismissed. Thank you and be safe.
Friends are happy for me, or they're honeysuckle phonies, and they celebrate my medals, or they want to take my trophies. Some are loyal soldiers while these other thorns are rosy, and if you never trust, then trust me, you'll be lonely.